Hello, 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 everybody. How is everybody today? Please hit 1 in the chat if you guys can all hear me. We are going to be starting this very shortly. I have a couple different places I'm going to be getting my information from. So hopefully between all these different ones I'm getting information from, we will have the most up-to-date things that are coming out of the courtroom. Thank you, everybody, for hitting 1. Okay, so just to start off, you guys, I'm going to let you know that chat is only available to subscribers. That is to keep the trolls out. We know the last time there was a lot of trolls in here. So we have blocked chat unless you are a subscriber, and you have to have been subscribed for at least 5 hours. That keeps the trolls out, you guys, from coming in. All my subscribers follow the rules that we have. The rules are there for a reason, and I want to get this out of the way because this is going to be very intense today. Also, there's to be no other mention of other people covering this or from any other sources. So please don't put into the chat what you are seeing. If you are following other people, please do not put that in my chat. You will be blocked from the channel right away. So I know I got several emails after our last live that we did on one of these trials, and a lot of the subscribers were saying, you know, it wasn't right what was going on, and people not following the rules and really disrupting the chat. So this is the best that I can do with making this for the chat. You can still watch along, but if you have not been subscribed to my channel for at least 5 hours, then you will not be able to chat. And also slow mode is on, you guys. That is for my moderators so they can watch chat closely. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And also, like my subscribers already know, I don't want anything else from any other channels or where you're getting. If you're watching somewhere else, please don't put that in my chat. You will be blocked. There won't be any warnings. You will just be blocked. Thank you, CHF, for your super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are all very, very welcome. Yes, justice for Suzanne. I'm a little bit worried, you guys. There he is. Hey, Pop Rocks. Just had a horse emergency. Oh, I just missed that. Where'd it go? Gonna have to run. I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss our date. Aw, that's okay, hon. We will be here and you will be able to watch it in the replay. So go take care of the beautiful horses, and I will see you or talk to you if you can make it back, sweetie. He's such a gentleman. That was our dear old Pop Rocks. He's gonna miss our date. But I know him. He will be back if he can. You are very welcome, Yellow Submarine, and thank you guys all for being here. Yeah, the idea, JD King says the idea of that Barry could be released and walking freely around my community by this evening makes me nauseous. I don't blame you, JD. I don't blame you. So yes, dear. See, he's such a gentleman. Yes, dear. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for your super chat. I appreciate it. Hello, Lisa, my fellow Canadian angel. So if I can ask my mods that are in here to please just reiterate what I have said. You might want to make something that you can put so you don't have to keep typing it out regarding the rules. Yeah, keep the cat. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Keep the cat in the cage, save the chipmunks. You're very welcome, Kata. And thank you for everybody thanking me for this. I do this for you guys because this is my way of showing you guys my appreciation for each and every one of you. You guys have made it very clear you want to see this. You want me to cover it. So that's what I'm doing. Pam R. Aw, you're very welcome, hun. And thank you to everybody thanking me. Like I said, I do this for you guys. I'm very anxious. I am nervous. I just don't know why this judge needed to take so long to decide. The bar is very, don't forget, you guys, this was just a preliminary hearing. Okay, so news coming out right now, the defense attorneys have just arrived. And there's lots of family from both sides. So I do believe that the Mormon family is in the court right now. I'm just seeing some video of it. Make sure you've selected. Yes, make sure you've selected live chat, you guys. Lavon, thank you so much, dear. I love your channel, Willow. You're the best. Oh, thank you. You guys are the best. I got the best subscribers ever. Oh, Barb Norman, thank you. Willow, thanks so much for taking the time to do this for us all. You are very welcome. So again, I'm going to ask the mods, please keep an eye on that chat and just delete anything that should not be there. I'm asking, please, everybody, do not put to chat anything that you are hearing elsewhere. I'm bringing you everything. I've got 4 feeds up that I'm getting information from. I'm getting some from Twitter. I'm getting some direct message information. And I've got somebody that knows one of my people that are going to be in the overflow room. So I've got information coming from multiple different sources. So, oh yes, me too, Shay. Everybody, I think, is sitting here on pins and needles. Okay, so let me just check these feeds, you guys, and see what is coming out. Okay, yes. So there is family there from Suzanne's side of the family. They're here to hear this decision that the judge is going to make. And I'm not feeling good, you guys. I'm not. It's not a total turning of my stomach. Oh, and you're very welcome for okay, where did that go? My chat is going, even with the slow mode on, it's going pretty fast. Jenny's Angel said, Willow, thank you so much for the quick reading on Gabby. Yes, it broke my heart, that reading, you guys. Oh, thank you. Okay, so now I forget where I was. Yes, some from the Mormon family are in the courtroom already. Also, Barry's daughters and mother are there. Yes, so the judge is going to decide whether this is going to go to trial or not. There's so many things, you guys, that can happen. Okay, that's what's got my stomach. It's not full blown where I can say, you know what, I don't think he's going to go to trial. It's not that bad, thank the good Lord. But I just got an uneasy feeling. It's more like he's going to lower the charge from first-degree murder down and going to give him bail. I feel like he's going to get out on bail, you guys. I don't know why. It's been sitting. I hardly slept last night. It's been sitting in the pit of my stomach I'm just feeling like he's going to be released on bail. Now, if this is a first degree murder, if it stays at first degree murder, he's not going to be released. You're not released on first degree murder. And if they do set bail, I hope it's in the millions, like 10 million. So he can't post it. Also, the judge is going to be ruling on the arrest affidavit, if that is going to be released. And if he is put over for trial, I believe that they will set a trial date today. If not, they will set a date to come back to set a date. Yes, Pamela, your comment. Yes, please, you guys. I don't ask for anybody to pray for me, but pray for me right now that my gut feeling is wrong. And see, when I say that, I'm getting shivers. And when I get shivers, it means that there's something off. I'm sorry to say it, but I feel I'm getting shivers. And when I say it, I'm getting shivers. I don't like it. I don't know about that. I know the judge did sign the arrest affidavit, but if he goes by what he has seen or whatever, he may make a different decision that it's not first degree murder. It's a crime of passion, or which he could drop it down to manslaughter or to, this is what I'm scared of. He's still definitely going to go to trial. I believe he's going to trial. It's on what charge? That's what I'm worried about. I'm also worried that the judge is not going to release this affidavit. He has no excuse whatsoever. Hey, Hot Shot. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Tiana says, stop, Willow. I'm getting shivers with your talking. I do what you do. Yeah, it's like, thank you, A Quail. He's going to pay one way or the other. Yes, I believe he is going to pay. DJ, I'm not concerned about them not getting enough. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The bar is so low, you guys, on what they have to show for a preliminary hearing to have him put over to trial. The bar is so low. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt and open to interpretations and like all that stuff that happens in a trial itself. So I do believe within the first 2 days, there was enough to send him to trial. But what I'm concerned about, you guys, is the lowering of the charge. I do believe he is still going to trial. When I meditated, excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys. I meditated before this, asked a lot of questions without cards, anything, just toning into my ancestors, to my spirit guides. I do feel he's going to trial. But when I started asking if he's going on first degree murder, I got the shivers. I got an uneasy feeling, and I did not get a direct answer. That's why I am worried. Yeah, see, Nancy, I'm having bad feelings too. Yeah. Oh, Cheryl G, thank you so much. Where did you go? Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it so much. Oh, and Dana, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm worried, you guys. So let me just go back and check here. We've got just minutes, you guys, before this starts. Let's see what I'm getting here. Oh, gosh. People have been lined up for hours, you guys. I'm getting from my source that knows somebody that's in the overflow. They have been lined up for hours. There was no getting into the actual courtroom. They had been lined up since early this morning. And there was no way they were getting in there. But the person that he's in contact with and sending me the information is actually in the overflow room. Okay. I'm going to ask again, you guys, please do not mention any other feeds. Cindy, just put that up. Okay, so my mods are on it. Thank you, Cindy. I had to pop over to YouTube to see if that was taken care of because I can't see it on StreamYards. Everybody is anxious. Everybody is talking in the overflow room. People are giving their opinions that they're scared about Barry walking. Thank you, Cindy. You're the best. Des should be here anytime. Okay, so what did he say here? Okay, he's saying that there's a lot of chatter going on in the overflow room. It's pretty loud in there. People are discussing the case. They're discussing, a lot of people are worried that Barry is going to walk out of the courtroom today. Okay, let me just go over here. Trying here, you guys. If I get quiet, guys, I haven't lost connection or anything. I'm just looking through and reading what is going on. Oh, and okay. Okay, so there's a lot of people in, well, not a lot of people. He says there's a few people in the, okay, let me just check this out. Before I say it, I want to check it myself, you guys. And he's given me the link. So I am going to check that right now. Okay, so they're now inside the courtroom. Barry's family and the attorneys are all seated. His daughters are sitting on the second row. His sister and mom are on the third row. The judge has not come in yet. Okay, so let me just see if I can find this, you guys. Because I don't want to mention it unless I can see it with my own eyes. Okay, so it is true. People were asking me to find out about this. It is true that Barry had said he asked for immunity if he just sat down and opened his life up to the FBI agents. Would he get immunity? The detective believes that Barry meant that if he disclosed things to the agents, he wouldn't be prosecuted for Suzanne's disappearance and death. So that is true. That is not a rumor. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to repeat that either until I can verify it, you guys. But he just gave me something else there too, but I will not. This is about to start, so I don't want to have to go and search through documents to find that. But I will put it in a post if I can verify this other thing I just got. Lisa McGuire, thank you very much for your super sticker. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I didn't get that right away. I'm really going through all my tabs that I've got open here, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share this for a minute, you guys, with you, just so you can see. Okay, you guys can see that? This is the defense attorneys walking in. You can see quite a few people all lined up here. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. That's outside the courtroom. So they're just waiting for the judge to enter. And I just got word from the one that's in the overflow room that their screen isn't up yet. So they're not seeing that. So the judge isn't in there yet. But the judge will be in here momentarily. It's about to start, you guys. Cross your fingers. Thank you, Jackie M, for your super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, EJ. You're not late, hun. It hasn't even started yet. It's everybody's in the courtroom. They're just awaiting on the judge. And if you do hear the clicking, you guys, I'm sorry, but I have to do that. I have to click to get in between all my pages. I know there was a couple of people that had complained about that before. So now that we got over 1,000 people in here, you guys, I just want to reiterate again, to be able to chat, you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 hours. I've done that to keep the trolls out, so we don't have to deal with all those trolls that we had to deal with last time. Also, slow mode is on, so you can only send a message to the screen, to the chat, once every 60 seconds. Also, I'm going to ask that you do not share anything to my chat that is from other sources or anything, regardless of where it's coming from. Please do not share that to my chat. That is to keep everything that is going on in here validated, because only validated information is coming out right now. So please don't share that with, the chat. Thank you, Hazelnut. Thank you for bringing this to us. She says, you are very welcome, Hazel. Okay, let me just check here. and see what's going on, you guys. It doesn't look like the judge is in the courtroom yet. Okay, so they just got their screen on, you guys, in the overflow room. So that means the judge is probably about to come in. Again, the attorneys are there for Barry as well as his family, and they're already seated. His daughters are sitting in the second row, and his sister and mom are sitting in the third row. Let me just check here. Oh my gosh, Hobby Cat. Thank you so much for that $100 super chat. I appreciate it very, very much. And thank you, Willow et al. I love how you put that at the end, et al. Yes, thank you so much. Pamela Hodges, thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate it. And thank you, Allie. Yes, I have adopted Allie. So, yes, I love you, Willow and Des. Remember, you adopted me. Yes, we did. Thank you for being here, Allie. Thank you for being here to keep, to help with Cindy until my sister can get here. Drama must remain on the stage. Says, thank you for your clinking. This is a tough seat to sit and follow. Yes, you are very welcome. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Okay, let me get over here and see you guys. They did turn the screen on in the overflow room. So this is about to start. My coffee's going to go cold again. Oh my gosh. Can you guys just give me a second, please? I'm seeing my mom. She lives next door. Getting out of a cab with a bunch of bags. Just give me a second so I can get these up the stairs for her. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm back. Okay, let me see. What have I missed here? Go help your mama. Hobby Cat. Hobby Cat says it's the very best I can do. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We try our best. Go help mama. Yes, yes, Krista, I did. I told her to just leave it inside of the door. When I'm done here, I will bring the stuff upstairs to her bedroom. Her bedroom's on the second floor, and she's got a bunch of pillows and stuff. I'll bring that up when I'm done here. Oh, thank you, Robin. I appreciate you. Okay, you guys, let's see. Okay, Okay, there's more security than the previous 4-day preliminary hearing. It has taken people a lot longer to get into the courthouse. Thank you, J Patrol. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So it looks like they're having a hard time getting everybody in, you guys. Oh, crap. Where did that just go? Robin says, I wish I could show my gratitude. Robin, don't you worry. The super chats and super stickers are not a requirement. You just being here says it all, and I thank you. Okay, let's see here, you guys. What did I just do? Oh my gosh, you guys, I just clicked off on one of my... Oh my gosh. I don't know what I just did. I just clicked off on my feed from my buddy. Oh no. Okay, let me get that back. Because he has somebody that's in the overflow room. Okay, there he is. Whew. Okay. Yeah, he's saying there's a lot of chatter in that overflow room. People are worried about Barry walking from this. I don't think he's going to walk. I don't have that gut feeling. But what is in my gut is he may be released on bail. If they lower the charge from first-degree murder down to even like manslaughter or something, then he would be, even though he would still be going to trial, he would be entitled to bail. Also, I have a bad feeling about the arrest affidavit that I don't think it's going to be released. I don't think we're releasing that today. History Underfoot said I thought it would be a quick procedure, not waiting for the judge. Yeah. Well, there's a lot on the line right here. And like I said, I'm really questioning why it took the judge so long to make this decision. I just don't get it. I feel that there was more than enough to bound him over for trial. But for some reason, he wanted to take this time, and that's where we're at. Hello, Rosie. I got quite a few mods here now. Has anybody seen my sister yet? Anybody? Hey, my AK. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? We got AK in the house. Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't make bail. You know me, when I get that feeling, AK, in my gut, and it's just, I know he's going to be bound over for trial, but what's turning in my gut is if they're going to lower the charge and give him bail. And yeah, he would be a walking target, absolutely. Just like he did with you guys, right? Making you guys a target. Like, I haven't forgotten about that, AK. So everybody give AK a hello. He's in the house. And with from one of the tweets that's coming out, they've got more security there today than any other day. So that kind of gets me wondering too, you guys, does that mean that there is a chance that he's going to be released and they have to have that extra security there so he isn't attacked? You know, like it's, oh. Okay, so Barry is now entering the courtroom. He's wearing a light gray suit and cowboy boots again. He walked in with a folder with papers. He's wearing a blue medical mask. Okay, and they just seen it also in the overflow room that Barry's walking in, and it should be underway shortly. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got a bad feeling. Right, Joyce? Girl, I'm with you. Yes. Yeah, AK did go there with Adventures with Purpose. So they couldn't get into a lot of the bigger bodies of water because it had already frozen over. That was last year, you guys. I'm not sure, AK, do you have that still up on your channel when you guys were out there, that video? And then they were basically, they had to leave. They were searching, they were in a creek area and they had to leave because they were not safe. Barry had his minions around. Alley Cat says, I bought my super cool race back. Oh, you did buy one? Oh, great, Allie. Thank you. You're going to love it. I know my sister loves it. She's bought one of everything, sometimes two of everything, and she just loves them. She says that the sweatshirts and the zip-up hoodies are really, really soft and warm. Okay, so AK says, if you guys want to go and check that out, it's on Adventures with Purposes channel. There's 2 videos there regarding that when they were there. And it, like, I was on the edge of my seat, you guys. It was like, it was not safe for them. Yeah, things did change that day. It was a scary incident, you guys. And AK's still out there and I worry about him all the time. And he knows this. Okay, so the judge is now in the courtroom. He's apologizing for the delay because of the extra security screening. And he's just laying down the law, basically saying that all the rules still apply like they did in the preliminary hearing. There'd be no streaming of this, that they can... Okay, so they're to keep their laptops and whatever quiet. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. It's really quiet now in the overflow room. Everybody is just sitting in anticipation. And again, it's being said again from the person that my source has, somebody that they know in the overflow room, that the judges are just going through a list of the rules, basically saying the same thing that I've already told you, that the same rules apply as they did in the proof evident presumption great preliminary hearing. Okay, back over here. Okay, so Sean Connolly is a new attorney for the defense, and Dan Edwards is a new attorney on the state side. Judge Patrick Murphy is limiting the arguments to 20 minutes for each side. Then he will make his decision. A motion was filed yesterday by the defense. Are you kidding me? See, I can't see any of this paperwork that's been filed, you guys, or I would have already known this. So there was a motion that was filed yesterday by the defense. And I'm kind of assuming that that may be that if he's bound over for trial, that they want to change a venue. Don't hold me to that, but that's what I think right now. That's what I think that could very well be, that they filed a motion for a change of venue. But we will see as this progresses to see if that comes out. What that is regarding. Okay, the judge is also saying that he has to have this wrapped up by 5 p.m. Both sides will have closing statements. Thank you, Star. Oh, Shar Truth Seeker, thank you very much for your $15 super chat. And Shar says, I appreciate your integrity and generosity in the bringing of these hearings. I hope Barry has not provided bond. Sending love and light right back to you, my dear. Thank you so much. Okay, so did I read this? Okay, if so, I'm sorry, you guys. My mind is all over the place. I've got my phone going off too. Okay, so the judge says he's hoping to have this wrapped up by 5 p.m. and both sides will have closing statements. Okay, so the people are going to be going first. Attorney Edwards has taken the stand talking about probable cause. He will take 10 minutes, and then Deputy District Attorney Jeff Lindsley will take the other 10 minutes. Closing arguments. Oh, my stomach is turning too, Lady of Angels. Oh. Well, hello, Garfield, and welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Angels of Truth. Okay, let me see what else is here. Oh, gosh, Willow, don't do that. I almost clicked off on my buddy again here. Yes, right now, you guys, it's about 5 to 2 in Colorado. It's almost 4 o'clock my time, Eastern, so. Okay, so right now they're just talking about the probable cause and what that entails. Basically speaking about okay, just basically going over some of the information that they feel has shown probable cause. They're not saying what it is. I might get that from one of the other people I'm getting information from, but I'm not getting it here. So let's go over here. Sorry if you guys can hear that music in the background. That's my asshole neighbors across the street. Okay, so Attorney Edwards is citing cases in other states like Rhode Island, Alabama, and Florida. He's talking about whether Barry Morphew should be allowed bond or not. See, this is what I was scared of, you guys, is the bond thing. Oh my God, these. Okay, so talking about the last text that Suzanne had sent to Barry about being done. He says that text is crucial. So they're setting their groundwork for why this has to go to trial. And District Attorney Lindsay has said Suzanne Morphew started her path of getting murder on May 6th because of the text that she sent Barry that she was done and let's just do this civilly. They feel that that was where the path was set to her murder. Where decisions, I guess they feel that the decisions were made from that point on regarding what was going to happen with Suzanne. Okay, so Lindsay also says Barry Morphew arrives on scene where Suzanne Morphew's bike was found and immediately says it was a mountain lion. He says Barry told investigators they loved each other to death, something the SDDA Lindsay calls chilling. Sorry, you guys, if I'm not able to watch the chat. I'm watching all these different tabs I've got open here. Okay, so he says the FBI had to recover text from Barry Morphew's phone. He says that shows he had something to hide. He's now referring to a text from Barry to Suzanne Morphew playing the victim. He says Suzanne is the one who's been on trial. Lindsay is saying this is very simple. This is a domestic violent homicide. Okay, so Lindsay's also bringing up that Suzanne Morphew left a list of grievances about why the marriage with Barry Morphew would end on May 8th. He says she said it was an unhealthy relationship. Okay, from another source I'm getting, this is a domestic violence homicide and intimate partner homicide, Deputy District Attorney Lindsay said. On May 8th, she listed a list of grievances. So May 8th, she's got a list of grievances, and on May 9th, she's gone. Just give me a second, you guys. Okay, guys, if you can just give me 5 minutes, please, and I will be right back on this. My mom needs some help with something very quick. Just give me a couple minutes. I will be right back, and I will catch you up on everything that's been said. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, so let's see what we've got that's come out. Okay, so this is a domestic violence homicide, an intimate partner homicide. I think I've already read that to you guys. Suzanne Morphew texts Melinda, her sister, on May 9th about the abusive relationship, emotionally and physically. The next phone call, Deputy DA Lindsay says, is the phone call from Suzanne to Barry Morphew that she gave him her grievances on why she doesn't want to be in the marriage. So that was in a phone call, you guys, that she called Barry, and she told Barry, like, look, here's all my grievances. This is why I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. That was on May 9th. Okay, no, that wasn't on May 9th. Sorry, that was on May 6th. So Lindsay says Suzanne Morphew left a list of grievances about why the marriage with Barry Morphew would end on May 8th. So it was the 8th that she said that to Barry. I guess she wrote the list on the 6th. It's confusing the way all this is coming out, you guys. And this music blaring in the background is not helping me be able to concentrate here. But apparently she made the list on this 6th. And on the 8th, she told Barry that this is the list of grievances I have about why the marriage would end on, and she told him this on May 8th. And apparently she said it's an unhealthy relationship. Lindsay then says Suzanne Morphew asks for it to end civilly on May 8th and 9th. He says they are being civil, but he believes Barry Morphew is tricking Suzanne into what she thinks will be civil. So from what I get from this, you guys, is that she made the list. I have the whole timeline somewhere. I believe she made the list on the 6th, and she said to Barry on the 8th, here's my list of grievances. This is why this marriage is not going to work. She wants to end it. She was done, and she wanted it to be civil. So that apparently was done on the 8th. On the 9th, all of a sudden, Susanna's gone. Apparently it's being said that they believe Barry Morphew is tricking Suzanne into thinking things, that he'll do things civilly. Lindsay says, and Lindsay is talking to the other person on the stand. Lindsay says, when you think of who could have done this, it's Barry Morphew. Lindsay says it's because Barry wouldn't let Suzanne Morphew divorce him because marriage is for life. Lindsay says he thinks Barry loaded a syringe in the garage on May 9th. So there's that syringe coming into play again, you guys. They think that he loaded that syringe and probably chased her around the house with it. That's just what I'm saying right now. We'll wait and see what comes out with this. But as soon as I hear this, that Lindsay says he thinks Barry loaded a syringe in the garage that day, and that's where that ends. So let's just see what else comes out about that. But I think he did. He loaded that syringe and chased her around the house with it. That's what I think happened. Okay, so so the deputy DA is talking about the timeline of events from May 6th until May 9th. He is speaking about the conversations and actions of Suzanne Morphew. She was done with the marriage and wanted out. Barry Morphew was not allowing Suzanne to divorce him. Okay, so Lindsay says the night of May 9th, Barry Morphew was preventing her from getting to safety or to a phone. Lindsay says investigators asked Barry Morphew what he was throwing away on his trash runs, but Barry continued to say, I don't recall. Lindsay says that is because he's using that as a fallback instead of telling the truth. And I remember when this was all brought out, you guys, he was saying that he made all these different stops. I think there was 5 different stops that he says that he was throwing just trash that was in his vehicle, that he was just, throwing stuff like that out, like candy wrappers or whatever. Well, when he apparently was doing that day, but when he got to where this happened, when he was called and said, hey, Suzanne's missing, whatever, and he rushed home, his van or his truck was full of garbage. So they don't know what garbage he was throwing out, but his truck was still full of garbage. So that kind of blows that theory out of, the water, that he was getting just rid of candy wrappers and trash that he had in his truck, you know. So Lindsay admits they have no body in this case and blames it on Barry Morphew's plan. He says the crime scene was staged and there was no blood found anywhere because it was all part of a plan. Lindsay says Barry Morphew missed things because Suzanne Morphew always wears her camelback and sunglasses when she rides her bike, both of which were found in her car and not with her bike. And I think by now, you guys, we all know she didn't go for no bike ride. So he did miss some things because she always has that camelback and sunglasses on when she rides her bike. Both were found in her car. So he messed up. There's a lot of things where Barry messed up. So Deputy DA compared Suzanne Morphew as an animal that Barry Morphew hunted. She let her guard down. May 9th is the day of reckoning for Barry. So it sounds like the DA is going to be wrapping up their closing arguments. Just by the flow of this conversation and how it's going. And I believe that. I believe he hunted Suzanne like an animal with that syringe. Okay, so Lindsay continues by saying, what is important is the tranquilizer evidence. He says when asked the last time Barry Morphew saw of Suzanne Morphew, he says she was lightly snoring. Lindsay says that was because of the tranquilizer chemical. With that, Lindsay wraps up. Exactly. Like, remember when he said, at first he said the last time he seen her, he bent over and gave her a kiss on her head goodbye because he was going to work. She was sleeping in bed. And then a year later, when asked the same question, they said, when's the last time you seen Suzanne? He says, well, I kind of looked in and I seen a lump in the bed and I could see like the covers moving. So she was breathing. No, you seen her a lump on the floor somewhere or outside somewhere, wherever she finally fell from that tranquilizer gun. And yeah, she was probably gurgling and I don't even want to think about it, you guys. Thank God they turned off that music. Sorry, it was very distracting for me, you guys. It's like I had a young kid, one of my kids at home again with their music thumping like crazy in the room next to me. It's horrible, even with my windows closed. It's very distracting. Okay, so Lindsay, the DA Lindsay has wrapped up with the deputy DA. Okay, so now it's the defense's turn, you guys, and here we go. Like if you can't discredit the facts, you're going to discredit the person, right? And that's me saying that. There's my sister. Hey, Des. That's one of my favorite sayings, especially in cases like this, and I use that a lot throughout my law career. When you can't discredit the facts, you got to try and discredit the person. So, This is exactly what they're doing. So the defense is taking over. They say that the prosecution changed their story today, different from what they had been arguing in the past. So, and this is from another person before the prosecution retired. This is one that I missed, so I'm just going to give it to you. The district DA had added that the bicycle looked staged, the bike helmet was staged, and Barry Morphew admitted to being in that area. The fireplace evidence, we had burned stuff that week. According to Barry Morphew, 5 separate trash runs. The tranquilizer evidence is significant. So that's what the deputy DA had also said before they turned it over to the defense. So the defense is now up. The deputy DA is saying about when Barry Morphew was leaving that morning, he said Barry Morphew couldn't say bye to Suzanne because she wasn't there on May 10th. The tranquilizer evidence is significant. Agent Grusing said the biologists talked about if Suzanne Morphew was tranquilized, she would have had hypopoexia and would lightly snore. And that's how Barry had described Suzanne, right? So that's what the DA was saying. And I mean, it kind of fits with what Barry was saying. Oh yeah, she was in a heap. I seen a bump under the covers and heard her snoring. So let's see what else the defense is going to say here. Let me just bounce around here. Sorry, you guys, that I'm not watching chat. I'm just tied up here with bouncing between all these. The deputy DA also said Barry Morphew told law enforcement that she was asleep and lightly snoring the last time he saw Suzanne Morphew. The "I'm done" text from Suzanne is pathetic words by Miss Morphew. The state asks that you bind the defendant over and hold him without bond. So that was just some more stuff from another feed that I have, you guys, that the DA had said before they handed things over to the defense. So far, the only thing I've got coming from the defense, since they took over the examination, is that they said the prosecution changed the story today, different from what they had been arguing in the past. So the state is asking that the judge bind the defendant over and hold him without bond. Nope, that's exactly what they said, AK. let me see. Okay, so AK, what they said, the tranquilizer evidence is significant. Agent Grusing said the biologist said that if Suzanne Morphew was tranquilized, she would have hypoxia and would lightly snore. So I'm assuming that once the effects of that dart gun took effect on her, that she wouldn't be able to move and she would be lightly snoring. That's what I'm getting from that. I hope that's clears it up a little bit from what you were asking, AK. But that's what they said. That's what the biologist said. No. What the DA is saying is they think that he tranquilized her, then did whatever he did to her and got rid of her. The chasing her around, I think what they're implying is that when she seen him with that dart in his hand, she started running from him. So I think she ran trying to get away from him. He chases her, gets her with the dart, and then just makes up the story about her being in bed. She never made it to bed that night. This is just what Barry said. Barry said that he kissed her on the forehead before he left. And then he said that he seen her in bed, just a lump under the covers and sleeping. So that's not what the DA is saying. That's what Barry told them. But they believe that when Suzanne seen that Barry had that dart tranquilizer, I believe that he chased her around and finally got her with it. And then slowly I forget how long they'd said it takes a while for the effects, a little bit of time anyway, for the effects of the dart gun to take hold, right? That's what I think they're saying. Okay, so the deputy DA said Barry Morphew told law enforcement that she was asleep and lightly snoring the last time he saw Suzanne Morphew. I believe him when he says that. She was asleep and lightly snoring. I think she was knocked out from the tranquilizer gun. So when he says that the last time he's seen her, she was lightly snoring the last time he saw Suzanne. I believe that because he got her with the tranquilizer gun. That's what I believe. Okay, so the defense's turn. Attorney Connolly is refuting that May 6th is a chilling day, like the state is trying to say. He said the murder didn't happen on May 6th. May 8th, she was fine in the night, according to text from Suzanne and Jeff Libler. Went to town, looked at real estate on May 8th. The defense is saying after the "I'm done" text, Barry Morphew didn't respond with violence. There was no evidence of domestic violence. He didn't say he was going to kill her. Oh, but there was signs of domestic violence because the bedroom door and bathroom door were forcefully opened from the outside. So I think she tried to run into the bedroom, run into the bathroom, trying to get away from him, and he forced the doors open. That's what I'm thinking. That's just my opinion. But what the defense is saying right now is the defense says after the "I'm done" text, Barry Morphew didn't respond with violence. There was no evidence of domestic violence. He didn't say that he was going to kill her. That's what the defense just said. And the defense is saying that the prosecution has continually changed the story as to what they think happened. Let's see over here. So they're saying that the prosecution wants you to believe that when asked, the last Barry Morphew saw Suzanne Morphew, when he said that she was lightly snoring, the DA wants you to believe that that was because of the tranquilizer chemical. The defense says prosecution thinks Barry Morphew became a murderer in 6 minutes, and that prosecution continues to change their story about how they believe he killed Suzanne. Let me just check you guys here. The defense is saying that there is no motive and there is no evidence that is clear to take this to trial. The DA wants you to think that Barry Morphew became a murderer within 6 minutes. The defense is saying there is no motive, just speculation. There isn't any proof of the opportunity to kill Suzanne and dispose of her. Attorney Connolly added the state gave offensive redirect of hunting her down like an animal. Now the theory is that he carried a syringe, not a gun. I could see it. I could see him chasing her around, trying to get her with that syringe. I really can. And that would explain why the bedroom door was kicked in and so was the bathroom door, right? Oh, thank you, sis, for that super chat. I see it up top. I don't know where it is in the chat itself, or I would put it up. Let me just see if I can find it quick. There it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, sis. Stace on the case says they say that the dart gun was not functional. He didn't really need the gun itself to stab her with it. He could have done it manually. Yeah, and he didn't want her to die in that house. He didn't want no evidence in that house. So knocking her out with that dart gun, not with the dart gun, but with that chemical, that tranquilizer, he could take her anywhere and do whatever to her away from the property. And that's exactly what I believe happened, in my opinion. So defense is saying, again, there's no motive here and no evidence that is clear to take this to trial. So they keep reiterating that. People in the overflow room aren't so happy with some of the things the defense is saying. Yes, that's exactly right, Sun Girl. And that's what I think that he did. Yep, and exactly. That's exactly what I think he did. I think he chased her around to jab her with that syringe. Karen, they will have a lot more evidence come trial. They didn't have to present everything that they had at this. They just had to present enough to get it bound over. Okay. Okay, so now he's giving top 10 reasons the state versus Barry Morphew had their investigation as result given. 1, DNA, no dispute that matched in 3 unsolved sex assaults. 2, can't account for 18 miles. Defense says they can with Salida Spa. 3, Jeff Libler didn't come forward. So it's hard for me to tell by this, you guys, who's saying that. Um, I don't know if this is the defense attorney Connolly that is saying this, or if the district attorney is back up and saying this, but somebody is giving the top 10 reasons the state versus Barry Morphew had their investigation as result given. 1, DNA, no dispute that matched in 3 unsolved sex assaults. 2, can't account for 18 miles. Defense says they can with Salida Spa. 3, Jeff Libler didn't come forward. But the defense was saying that there's no motive and there's no evidence. Well, they got to also remember, you guys, that when all this was happening, it's when COVID hit and everybody was told to stay home. Yes, Jeff was in Michigan. Like, he's been ruled out. I agree. We're praying, Chihuahua. Okay, let me get back to this, you guys. Okay, so 3 was Jeff Libler didn't come forward. 4, Facebook. State keeps shifting stories. First thought BM used her Facebook account. Now she friend requested 5 guys. 5, Mallory's sheets, the tranquilizer cap, no evidence of Barry Morphew's DNA on it. 6, chlorine in hotel room near pool. 7, coffee. Suzanne Morphew finished her morning routine. Well, I mean, I believe this is the defense giving their 10 top reasons why Barry couldn't have done this, wouldn't have done that, etc. If they're going to use Suzanne Morphew finished her morning routine because there was a coffee cup there, Barry doesn't drink coffee, that could have been planted there too. Like, he did try and do some things right. He knew that he not to do anything to her inside that house because then it would be pinned on him. I don't know, man. But they're listing their top 10. So we're at number 7. They're also saying the chlorine in the hotel room could have been the result of being near the pool. That Barry Morphew's DNA was not on the tranquilizer cap. I'm also getting messages from my buddies saying that people in the overflow room are not happy. Come on, come on. We want to see what 8, 9, and 10 is. Leah, don't say that. I don't believe he's going to. Like, don't forget, it's the defense's job to play with words. It's their job to try and get him off on this. So each and everything that they can try and play with words with what the prosecution has presented, they're going to try and do it. Just give me 2 seconds. I got a phone call that I have to take. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so number 8, Barry Morphew's he cooperated. He did what he was told inside the home. That's when they went to the home after the bike. He met them at the bike and said, "You guys messed it all up," and all that crap. When they took him to the house, they told him, "Get something of Suzanne's." So they're saying, "Oh, Barry cooperated. He did what he was told inside the home." Number 9, the tranquilizer gun didn't work. He quoted and agreed on the arrest affidavit page. Doesn't mean that he couldn't have injected with the syringe. But anyway, and number 10, He quoted and agreed on the arrest affidavit page, this case based on suspicion. And they are asking the court to end this case right now. Okay, so the judge said the defense said this case can't be bound over to trial because the body has still not been found. It is a probable cause hearing. Based on her disappearance from the prosecution that Suzanne Morphew was murdered by her husband, Barry. So from another source, it says, judge is saying, so it's the judge talking now, you guys. Judge says the defense argues this case cannot be bound over for trial because Suzanne Morphew's body has not been found. They say if a body is not recovered, then murder cannot be proven. Huh. That's bullcrap. Because if there's enough, there's ways that it can be proven. I'm not going to get into it. I just want to see what the judge is going to say here. And he's reiterating again that this is a probable cause hearing. Okay, the judge says there are three things that goes against the defense argument. He says, 1, this is a probable cause hearing. 2, a body is not required for a homicide charges. And 3, a body is not needed as long as there is other evidence to prove something happened. So those are three things that he says are going against the defense's argument. The judge says there has to be a reasonable belief that the defendant may have committed this crime. Judge says he draws all reasonable inference in favor of prosecution. He hasn't said yet, guys. He's just giving statements here. The judge just stated that there has to be reasonable belief that the defendant may have committed this crime. Judge says he draws all reasonable inference in favor of prosecution. Those are rules. The reasonable inference has to be in favor of the prosecution. He hasn't said yet that he's found that there was reasonable inference. So let's just wait and see, you guys. He's just giving the rules on what the judge can do and how he has to do it. He hasn't said what he has decided yet. But keep your fingers crossed. So basically, he just gave them what rules he has to follow to make his decision. But let's see what else is said. He hasn't said yet that he finds that there's enough. And all four are leaving me hanging. It's like, come on, what's he said? Yeah, that's the rules of the court. That's the law. That's what the judge has to abide by. He has to, there has to be reasonable belief that the defendant may have committed this crime, and he has to draw all reasonable inference in favor of the prosecution. Those are the rules that he has to follow. Now, does he find that there's enough? We don't know yet. He hasn't decided. He hasn't told us what his decision is yet. He's just giving the rules, what he has to abide by. I think he's going to draw it out, like, as long as he can, to keep us all sitting on the edge of our seats. And like I said, I explain this to you guys over and over, there's a very low bar that the prosecution had to meet to have him bound over. Okay. The judge says he can find probable cause if there is not a body found like this case. There is a reasonable belief if the defendant may have committed the crime. Judge Patrick Murphy says he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. Yes. Okay, so there's the answer, you guys. Judge Patrick Murphy said he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. Yes. Oh, thank the good Lord. Who just put that? People are saying it's going to trial. Caroline, we've asked that. There. How about that? Okay, you guys, Judge Patrick Murphy said he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. So now let's see what he decides on the arrest affidavit, if it's going to be released. That's the next thing. Thank you, Des. Say hi to my little niece. And shout out to my little niece, Bailey. She is also listening from the drive home with my sister, Des. Come on, release that affidavit now. Okay, so judge says he believes that there is probable cause Barry Morphew may have committed murder and tampering with a deceased human body. He says there are two motivations, an affair and that she wanted a divorce. Exactly what I've said. She wanted out. Nobody leaves Barry. He leaves them. Thank you, A. Quail. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, AK. Sorry, you guys, I'm missing all these because I'm paying attention. I'm sorry I missed your super. Where it is? There it is. Thank you, 8K. And let me see. Love wins. Yes, yes, yes. Love wins. Let's see what else. Judge said finding out that Suzanne Morphew was having an affair gives him motive. Feeling of hurt, anger, jealousy, and desperation. It could lead someone who is typically normal to act differently, like harm someone who has harmed him. I'm just seeing if what other people are saying to you guys. The overflow room erupted. The judge says it is very unlikely Suzanne Morphew went on a bike ride the morning of May 10th. He says several of her items were not with her and some of her items were in the fire, and it's likely she wouldn't have taken those with her if she, it's likely that she would have taken those with her if she had just left. So he is coming to the conclusion that her journal was burnt in that fire pit. Okay, let's see what else we can get you guys. We're still waiting on the ruling on the arrest affidavit. Okay, let me see over here, you guys. Okay, so the judge says Suzanne Morphew used her phone frequently, and her non-use of the phone shows when she may have died. And then finally, the judge says Suzanne Morphew is a loving and devoted mother and says she will hold out in an unhappy marriage until her youngest is out. He says it makes little sense that she would leave her children's lives and cause such deep pain. Come on, tell us about the AA. Oh my gosh, Hobby Cat. Thank you so much. Again, your second $100 super chat. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away. Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you know. Yes, and we have a great community here, you guys, and I have the best subscribers. I've always said that, and I stick to it. Thank you so much, Hobby Cat. And thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I haven't gotten any information on how Barry is reacting yet, you guys, but I'm sure we will. They want to get out this information. Let me jump over to another feed and see what they're saying. Okay, so the judge is also saying, judge said the one "I'm done" text means that she was done with the marriage, and the let's just do this civilly, meaning dissolution of the marriage. The text to Jeff Libler said that these next few days are going to be rough. Shows that Suzanne Morphew wanted out of the marriage and was probably worried. Yep, she was probably worried about, and when she said these next few days are going to be rough, she knew that Barry was going to be irate. Yep. I'm bouncing around here, you guys. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Okay, the court believes that there is significant relevance of Suzanne Morphew's fear of Barry Morphew. So the judge is bringing that in. Oh yeah, me too. I'm sure they are going to report on how he's reacted. That SOB will spend the rest of his life in jail. Okay, let's see, you guys, what else is coming out. The overflow room is going nuts, you guys. Okay, so here's a little bit about regarding Barry. Barry Morphew is looking up at the judge during all of this. Hard to see more of his demeanor with his mask on. Apparently, he keeps bringing his mask up right to underneath his eyes, so it's covering most of his face. Told you guys, motive and opportunity. Who would have a motive to kill her? Nobody other than Barry, because she wanted to leave. I told you guys this. Opportunity. It was in the middle of COVID. There was nobody else that could have gone there. There was no traveling around. You were told to stay in your homes, don't go to work, all kinds of stuff. So it's like, I'm just glad that he did find okay, what's this? I'm sorry, you guys. I just got sidetracked and now I forget what I was saying. The judge says it is relevant about Suzanne Morphew's fear of Barry for the prosecution's case. He says it was clear because she possibly thought about a restraining order. Judge says this makes it capable that Barry Morphew could have harmed his wife. This is going to be up for a jury to decide, you guys, and I think he's going to be found guilty. Once the prosecution, this was just the tip of the iceberg, what the prosecution brought out. They don't have to bring everything that they're going to use out for a preliminary hearing. They just have to give enough to have him bound over for trial. Love wins, as AK says, love wins. Okay, so the judge is going over the evidence, speaking about the door frame photo. See, I told you, you guys, that showed forced entry, text messages saying Suzanne Morphew didn't feel safe alone with Barry Morphew and said that he was unstable, showing that Morphew was capable of harming Suzanne. I told you those door frames were going to come in. I told you. Yes. When they said no, when the defense was trying to say there was no evidence of domestic violence. Yes, there is. There's 2 kicked in frames. There you go. And I told you. I told you. I told you. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. The judge says Barry Morphew had enough time to get rid of Suzanne Morphew's body. He said investigators believe Barry was chasing Suzanne around the house May 9th, and the judge agrees. I told you. That's exactly what I thought. Yep. Thank you, Jan. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys as much as you appreciate me. I appreciate you guys. And thank you for being here with me for this. This is just, at this point, I'm not even peeved if we don't get to see the arrest affidavit. I'm just happy he's going to trial. And yes, and like even in my read, you guys, I'd said this happened like around 9 o'clock on the 9th, not Mother's Day, the night before. And that gave him all of that night into the 10th, all day of the 10th up until he left at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to Denver. He had like 10 hours, 9 to 10 hours to do what he did to her and dispose of her. He had 10 hours. And I've said this from day one, and I got it in my read, and it is in my read. If you guys go back and look at my reads, even in my read, somebody brought up the other day, because they're on a lull here. Somebody brought up the other day when they had gone back to one of my very first readings on Suzanne, where I had brought up that he's going to try and commit suicide. Or there was a threat of suicide, something along those lines. He did. He had her by the throat in a closet with a gun at his head, threatening to kill himself. Is that what you want to see? That's what he said to her. So, I mean, this stuff all came out in my reads, you guys. So those non-believers. Okay. The judge is still explaining probable cause in the case and the evidence he believes is relevant to the case. We still need to discuss if the arrest affidavit will be released, as well as if there will be bond set. Thank you, Irish Spirit Eyes. Okay. Morning of May 10th, several activities from Barry Morphew's truck with door opening and closing before 4 a.m. From 3:58 to 4:07 a.m. Truck moved forward. The highway where Suzanne Morphew was found, also pinged there. The judge is saying this evidence is relevant to the prosecution. So yeah, even the judge believes it. Exactly what I said before this came out, you guys, that I believed he had that dart and he was chasing her around the house with it. It's exactly what I said. A lot of us were saying it, not just me. A lot of my subscribers too. The petition for 00121159 apologizes to the chipmunks and the mountain lions need to be created. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're still waiting on about the arrest affidavit, a trial date, and if he's going to be let out on bond. Oh my gosh. Lady D, oh my gosh. First timer listening and having your channel. Keep up the good job. Thank you so much, Lady D. Oh my gosh, so appreciated. Thank you. Laura McCleary, thank you so much. And you're very welcome. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else, you guys. So yeah, they are talking about all those truck movements that were caught, I guess, on his, I don't want to say it's the GPS, whatever. It's like that on a plane, you got a black box. So there's something within the vehicle that they could tell when a door was opened, closed, lights turned on, whatever. So from before 4 a.m. in the morning, so Barry said he didn't get up. He set his alarm for 4:30 or 4 a.m. But there was all kinds of activity that was caught on that truck black box, including the truck being moved forward and back and to the highway where Suzanne Morphew's bike was found. And his truck also went out to where her helmet was found. Don't forget, he was chasing that deer down to see if he could get them antlers. Okay, so the judge is now talking about the reason why Barry Morphew would be in that area where Suzanne Morphew's bike helmet was found. His reasoning, oh, here we go. Antlers and seeing a bull elk. Court can confirm that Morphew disposed of the helmet. He had no legitimate reason to be in that area. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Okay. Okay, so the judge is saying Barry Morphew had a consistent pattern of changing his story and leaking information out during interviews with investigators. So this is something new that we've heard now, you guys, that Barry Morphew had a consistent pattern. I'm so excited right now, you guys. Had a consistent pattern of changing his story and leaving information out during interviews with the investigators. Ding, 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 ding. Choo, choo. Train's coming for you, Barry. The karma train. Choo, choo. Can we get a bunch of choo-choos for the karma train coming at Barry? I want to see everybody put choo-choo in the... I thought you'd find that funny, AK. Come on, I want to see a bunch of choo-choos. Choo-choo. Here comes the karma train, Barry. Choo-choo. I wish I was driving that train. And I know that there's a few others that would love to be on that train too in the driver's seat, right, AK? A bull elk. The only bull around is Barry. Judge says Barry Morphew's odd behavior shows he could have been disposing of evidence from the crime while he was in Broomfield. Choo-choo. Karma train's coming, Barry. Bear, bear. Oh, poor bear, bear. Puh. Sorry, you guys. I am over the moon right now. Thank you, Kimberly Clark. I just seen that as I went to look over at chat. Okay, so the judge is talking about the reasons about why Barry Morphew would be in that area where Suzanne's bike helmet was found. His reasoning, seeing a bull elk. The court can confirm that Morphew disposed of the helmet. So the court can confirm that, you guys. So they have something that can confirm that it was Barry that disposed of that helmet. He had no legitimate reason to be in that area. So, like I said, we don't know it all, you guys. And it's almost deer season. Dang it. Yeah, somebody could have accidentally shot him instead of a deer. Judge says, why, if you're a devoted husband, would you leave your wife alone on Mother's Day? Judge says Barry Morphew knows that Broomfield City ordinance shows construction work cannot be done on Sundays. Choo-choo. Thank you, SEK. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Barry. What? How do you say that? Oh, Suzanne. No. Oh, Barry, you're not as smart as you think you are. The judge is smarter than the average bear. Ha ha ha. Judge, why did someone who calls their wife his angel, why would you leave her alone? Why would you drive to Broomfield where you know you can't work? Why would you sit in a hotel room for 5 hours? Something happened to alter those plans. The judge is directing that right at Barry. Woohoo! Go, judge. Judge is smarter than the average bear. Judge says probable cause is established for first-degree murder charges and tampering with the deceased human body. Thank you, everybody, for your... Stephanie, thank you, thank you. Emily, thank you, thank you. Get that into you, Barry. Choo-choo, here comes the karma train. The court believes that it was because something happened to Miss Morphew. The judge said the court is in favor of the people for counts 1 and 2, first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased body. Boom. Come on, everybody, put bombs now. Boom. No, he's not going to get bail. There's no way. No way. So first-degree murder charges and tampering with a deceased human body, probable cause has been established. Boom. Woohoo. Thank you, sis. Bailey and I sent a voice message for chat in Messenger. Please play it for chat when you can, love you, sis. Yeah, if I can, Des. Right now, I'm watching 4 different feeds, and we're still waiting for the decision on the arrest affidavit. So it's kind of hard for me to do all kinds of different things all at once. And watch the chat and thank everybody for their super chats. Thank you, Susan. Choo-choo. Oh my God, you guys, I am ecstatic right now. So there was a certain channel that is law enforcement or previous law enforcement that said it isn't going to go to trial. Boom. To all the non-believers. Boom. Now what? Now what are you going to say? Now what? The judge, what? Everybody's calling this judge bias and this and that and on Barry's payroll or a friend of Barry's. Okay, well, he just sent him to trial. So now what are all those people going to say? Thank you, Sunny's Wheelhouse. Thank you. Still waiting on the decision of the arrest affidavit. I love that he directly at Barry. Why, if you're a devoted husband, would you leave your wife alone on Mother's Day? Exactly. You know, and this part, I love it. I'm going to say it again because there's a lull here. Why the judge said directly to Barry, why did someone who calls her wife an angel, why would you leave her alone? Why would you drive to Broomfield where you know you can't work? Why would you sit in a hotel room for 5 hours on Mother's Day doing nothing when you could have been home with your wife, right? Something happened to alter those plans. Thank you very much, Brandy. I appreciate you. And I love you too. I'm not getting nothing yet, you guys. Oh no, you guys. Oh no. Oh no. The judge has decided to grant Barry Morphew bail. Oh my God. The judge has decided to grant Barry Morphew bail. What the F? Oh my gosh. He's going to grant him bail knowing what he did to Suzanne? What? See? Remember I told you guys I had that uneasy feeling in my stomach about granting him bail? I'm telling you, my intuition is never wrong. Oh my God. I told you guys before this even started that I had that gut feeling. Oh my God. I don't know yet. It hasn't been posted yet. No way. I think he's going to off himself. I really do. I think he's going to off himself. Or he's going to take out his girls too. Him and his girls. One of the two. Are you kidding me? All these people now that are in danger from Barry because of what they told the courts that are sending him to trial on a first-degree murder. You're giving him bond? What the actual F? First-degree murder charges on an innocent wife, and he's giving him bail? What? Yeah. He's either going to disappear or he's going to off himself with his girls. He's going to take his girls with him. Yes, a lot of people are going to be scared tonight. He is putting every one of the prosecution's witnesses in jeopardy. He is putting their safety, every one of them, at risk. Like, what the actual How? Unless he's going to give him bail and set it at like 10 million or something, where he'll never be able to pay it. People are talking about, oh yeah, they'll just put an ankle bracelet or something on him. Well, you know what? It's been proven that people can get out of those ankle bracelets without setting off the alarm. Okay, the judge says there are 3 scenarios. Barry Morphew could have murdered her. Someone else took Suzanne and killed her, or Suzanne left on her own. The judge says there is evidence for 1 and possibly 2. He says 3 is highly unlikely. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm just in shock right now, you guys. But the judge is now saying there's 3 scenarios. Barry Morphew could have murdered her. Someone else took Suzanne and killed her, or Suzanne Morphew left on her own. Judge says there's evidence for 1 and maybe 2. He says 3 is highly unlikely. Oh my God, you guys, I am in shock. I am in shock. He just put everybody else's safety at risk. Like, you don't think he's going to be mad at all these people that testified or gave evidence, which has now sent him to a first-degree murder trial? Like, you don't think he was upset because his wife was going to leave him, for crying out loud. How upset do you think he is going to be at all these people that gave evidence against him to have this charge of first-degree murder stick? Are they not? What? Are you waiting for him to kill one of them? He knows he's going to do life. Sorry, you guys, I'm venting. Oh my God, I am in shock. He has now put each and every one of them at risk if he lets him out on bond. If he will kill somebody for wanting to just leave him, that he apparently loved and adored, half these people that gave evidence against him, he hates them, like Jeff Puckett and all them. He hates them. What do you think he's going to do to them? Like, I am in shock. And this is what I meant, you guys. I had this churning in my stomach. And remember I said before we started this, I said I meditated in that and spoke with my ancestors. And they said he's definitely going to trial for murder. But the uneasy thing was he was going to be let out on bond. That's when I got the goosebumps and my stomach started turning. That tells me that it was going to happen. I didn't want to believe it, but I should stop questioning my ancestors. I got to stop questioning them. Yeah, Andy Mormon. Oh my gosh. I haven't heard anything coming from, I'm giving you everything that I'm getting that's coming out of the courtroom, you guys. So far, the prosecution, I don't even think would have a chance to speak yet. But they gave their clothes and they said they want him held without bond. And it looks like the judge is going away from that. The judge does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so they will be bond set. We are on a little break right now. The family was all in tears, hugging one another. Okay, so the judge had first said, judge says probable cause is established for first-degree murder charges and tampering with a deceased human body. But then now he is saying the judge does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there will be a bond. What? What? I don't get this, you guys. The judge had said, okay, let me just find it. Judge Patrick Murphy said he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. That was said 42 minutes ago, you guys. Judge Patrick Murphy said he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. Now he is saying the judge does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there will be bond set. We're on a little break now. The family is in tears and all hugging one another. What the heck is going on here, you guys? Like he had already said that he found probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. He said that 42 minutes ago. And now he's saying the judge says probable cause is established first-degree murder charges and tampering with deceased human body. It was said again 19 minutes ago. And now he's saying that okay. Now he's saying that he does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there will be a bond set. So which is it? He'd already said that he found enough, and now he's saying he doesn't. What the hell? Yeah, me too. I object. That's what I'm saying, Robin. It's like he said 42 minutes ago, he said that there was probable cause. I'll read it again, right from Judge Patrick Murphy said he does see probable cause for first-degree murder and tampering with a deceased human body. There is also reasonable belief the defendant may have committed the crime. And now he's saying the judge does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there will be bond set. Like, what? Same as driving the bus. Love wins. Barry is getting what he's supposed to happen. Well, yeah, love wins. Have faith. I do. Because I think, thank you for that super chat too, AK. I do believe that he's going to get justice done to him on the outside. If he gets released, if he gets out on bond, so they're on a little break. I don't know for how long. And I have 3 different people that are in that courtroom, not in the overflow room, in the courtroom, that said the same thing. Here was 23 minutes ago. Judge says probable cause is established for first-degree murder charges and tampering with a deceased human body. Now, I've got 3 different people that are sitting in that courtroom that are reporters that have said the same thing, that the judge said that there is probable cause is established for first-degree murder charges and tampering with a deceased human body. And now the judge is saying that the judge does not believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there's going to be bond? What? Yeah, my Twitter is blowing up too, you guys. People commenting on this, saying basically the same thing I am, that any witnesses that help send Barry Morphew to trial, anybody that went against him is now in danger. And they're all saying that over on my Twitter too. Because I did post that I was going live on with this on Twitter. I posted the link and people are commenting there, saying that like those people are at risk now. They are at risk. And like his little fiasco that he pulled, speaking right at Barry about why, if you're a devoted husband, would you leave your wife alone on Mother's Day? And all this other stuff that he said directly to Barry, condemning him. Okay, so you found probable cause. You said you found probable cause, and that probable cause was established for first-degree murder charges and tampering with a deceased human body. But 20 minutes later, you say that you don't believe the state proved enough evidence for first-degree murder, so there would be bond? Like, wow. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think the judge is bipolar. Or he's got a bad memory just like mine and can't remember that he just said that he found probable cause and that probable cause was established for first-degree murder and tampering with a DC. And now you don't remember saying that 20 minutes ago? 40 minutes ago? I'm not getting this. Let me see what they're saying over here. Apparently the overflow room is like pissed. They don't get it either because they're all discussing in there about the same thing I just said to you guys is, wait, he just said that there was probable cause established for first-degree murder and tampering, and now he's saying that they didn't prove it? Like, what is it? Which one is it? And I do think that the prosecution, I hope, picks up on that. It's like, wait, whoa, wait a minute here. But like I said, you guys, before that we even started doing this, I said I had that gut feeling. I had my stomach was turning, it was doing the flip-flops, and I was getting the shivers, the goosebumps, and what the chills, whatever, when I was asking, when I was meditating, asking, okay, is he going to be found first-degree murder? Is he going to trial? I got a yes. But when it came to, is he going to get out on bail? That's when my stomach started turning. To me, that is, yeah, he is. What's that? Give me just a second, you guys. Give me just a minute. Yeah, on the other side. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Thank you, sis, for the super chat again. What's this? Yeah, I just played it. Oh. Okay, my sister wants me to play this, you guys. They are on a break. Well, I hope they set it at 20 million so he can't get out. 30 million because he has to put 10%, right? So if they set it at 30 million, he'd have to come up with 3 million. Yeah, if they set it at $5 million bail, he only has to come up with 10% to pay a bondsman. So that's 500,000. He's got that. We want to make sure he doesn't have enough. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you guys. This is Dez's daughter, my niece. She has a message for you guys.
Hey, everybody. Talk louder. Hey, everybody. Come on. Please hit the like button for my Aunt Willow. For bringing us this coverage live. She's the only one doing it. There's 1,800 watching. And there's 1,800 people watching. And only 671 likes. Please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. For my beautiful Aunt Willow. Thanks. Thanks. We love you. We love you
all. That was my niece, Dez's daughter. Yes, Nana. 100 million. Yeah. Yes, she is. She is adorable. She can be so cute when she wants to be. I love it. Tell her I said thanks. Okay, wait a minute, you guys. I got to... Woohoo! Okay, you guys. Thank you, sis, because I was playing that, and see, it's your fault. Okay, you guys, are you ready? The judge says the prosecution did not meet the burden of proof evident presumption great, so the court is obliged to set bond under Colorado Constitution. The state is asking for 10 million cash only bond for Barry Morphew. 10 million cash only bond for Barry Morphew. So he has to come up with 10 million cash if he wants out. Good. So he can't, the bonds people have to put up 10 million. Okay. 10 million, 10% of that, he would have to give up $1 million. He doesn't get that back. When you get a bondsman to set your bond, they charge you a fee to set your bond. It's 10% of whatever your bond is. So if he goes to a bondsman and says, okay, look at, we got to give 10 million cash. No bondsman is going to have $10 million in cash that they can give. Okay. But usually the court trusts the bonds people. Okay. With that money that they don't have to give up cash. But even if they did have 10 million cash that they could post for Barry, okay, Barry would still have to give them 1 million, 10%, 1 million. He doesn't get that back. That's their fee for posting his bond. So he would lose $1 million. It's not going to happen. Okay. The state believes Barry Morphew doesn't have ties to the community anymore in Colorado, fears for witnesses' safety, also believes he has $3 million since the sale of the home and business. Barry Morphew is a significant danger to flee, according to Deputy DA. He must surrender all guns. They also want law enforcement to be able to monitor Morphew's whereabouts. Judge asked if he had a criminal history in Indiana involving an assault case. Iris Eaton said the assault case was a disorderly conduct case and was dismissed. Barry Morphew has no criminal history. He's 54 years old. He is a hardworking man. He has family that supports him. His 2 daughters love him dearly. They want to hug him. The prosecution also says that they want protection orders for Suzanne Morphew's family, and also that he is a significant risk to flee. About 10 in the courtroom, many more at the overflow area flew out of Indiana. Okay, also from my buddy there, that has somebody that is in that overflow room, said they erupted with cheers when 10 million cash bail was set, which means I don't know any bail bondsman that is going to have 10 million in cash. What usually happens is the courts, okay, if you were a very well accredited bonds person, they would allow the bondsman to post the bail without actually putting cash. and just getting the 10% from Barry, which would be $1 million. He's got $3 million. So he was preparing himself for this, you guys. But I don't know of any bondsman that's going to post 10 million in cash. It's not just on the bondsman's word like it usually is. It's got to be in cash. So I don't think he is going anywhere. He says that he intends to live near his 2 daughters who are here in Colorado. Thank you for that, Denise. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. There are 10 people representing his family in the courtroom right now that have flown in here also. Iris is saying, that's Barry's lawyer, is saying Barry's family supports and loves him. He will be in court no matter what, according to the defense. Iris says Barry pleaded to people asking to help find his wife. He pleaded for people to help find his wife, the whole time shaking his head no. Thank you, stay-at-home mom detective. What's really sad is the money Barry has is Suzanne's. Yeah. Thank you, Will, for everything. I wish I could send more. Oh, stay-at-home mom, don't you worry about that. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. You guys all being here and supporting the channel is worth a lot to me. Okay, so this is my sister. My sister is saying, sis, in the US, when a judge says 10 million cash only, no matter what, even with a bondsman, there is no 10% option whatsoever. He must pay 10 million. Yes, I know that. What I was explaining is usually when you go to a bondsman, the judge takes the bondsman at their word. Okay, your bond is set for 20,000. The person requesting the bond, which would be Barry, has to give the bondsman 10%. That's the bondsman's fee for posting his bond. Okay. The bondsman generally doesn't have to pay the court that $20,000. The court trusts the bondsman that if anything happens, they will pay that $20,000. There is a 10% that the bondsmen themselves get from Barry for posting his bond for him. So even if he found a bondsman that could put 10 million in cash for him, that bondsman is still going to want his 10% for doing it. That's how bondsmen get paid. Believe me, I know that. So no, they're going to want 10 million in cash. It's not going to be nobody taking at their word like they usually would do. Thank you, Elizabeth Gregory, for that. Thank you, BL. Okay, so Barry Morphew said he is okay with any protection order the court puts on him, according to Eaton. He doesn't have $3 million. A 10 million bond is no bond. 50,000 to 200,000 typically in a class one felony case. The defense is asking for a $50,000 bond. Oh, okay. So bond hasn't been set yet. Sorry, you guys. Bond has not been set yet. The judge hasn't. It was the prosecution that was asking for a $10 million bond. The state is asking for a $10 million cash only bond. Okay, see, I'm going to stop. Sister, that's my sister. Blame my sister. Everybody can scream at her because she is the one that told me that the judge, she got information. See, that's why I don't like information from anywhere else, sister. She told me that she got information that the judge had set a $10 million bond. No. See, I'm not listening to anybody else, including my sister now. It has not been set yet. Okay, Eaton said Barry Morphew has been made a public spectacle, wrongfully defamed. He has sustained great financial loss. It will be hard for him to make money at this time. Take away his passport, let him have a constitutional bond that will let him go home to his daughters. Oh, really? Let him go home to his daughters? You mean the same daughters that he took their mother away? Suzanne doesn't get to go home to her daughters. Eye for an eye. I am very much old school. I am eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Yes, I guess I guess they were understanding the same thing over there, that the bond was set at 10 million. So I guess they understood the same thing. So I guess there's a lot of people that got it wrong. Eaton asked if Barry Morphew could live in Gunnison. The judge said he must live in Chaffee County. He has only been charged. He needs to be treated innocent. Yeah, well, Suzanne was killed. She's not being treated like alive. She can't come back from death. The judge says no. Part of the order is that Barry Morphew resides in Chaffee County. Defense says his plan was to reside in Gunnison. Iris says she will give court the address in Gunnison where he will live near his daughters. She says he will follow all orders and not leave. Now, wait a minute, Iris. You're not making the friggin' judgment here. The judge is. The judge said he resides in Chaffee County. That's where he's got to reside. Defense says his plan was to reside in Gunnison, and we'll give you the court address in Gunnison where he will live near his daughters. No. Oh, my God. Now I'm getting mad again. Oh, my God, you guys. Like, this defense attorney just thinks that she can decide what the judge is going to order. Yes, thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate it. And right, preach it, girl. You're right. Suzanne doesn't get to go home, and neither should he. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I live by that. Diane, yes, he's going to trial, but they are going to be letting him out on bail. Tammy Lawson says, this makes me want to get drunk tonight. Yeah, me too, and I don't even drink. Okay, let's not call anybody out, sis. But thank you for the chat. The super chat. So Eaton is saying she wants a $50,000 to $200,000 bail, and Iris is saying, take his passport. They will hand that over. She has no problem about protection orders, but the court needs to make reasonable bond. So they're both going at the judge, both these women, on Barry's defense team. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Breaking. The judge said 10 million is too high and 50,000 cash is too low. So we need to meet somewhere in the middle. He wants it low enough so that he can post bond. What? Who cares? Bond is set at $500,000 cash. So his bond's been set at $500,000 cash only bond. He's got that. He can post that right now. Unreal. Who cares if he can post it or not? Also, no contact with the Mormon family, Brad Oswald, Holly Wilson, Sheila Oliver, Cassidy Cordova, Morgan Gentile, Jean and Martine Ritter. Those are protection orders. What about, what's his name? The boyfriend of Suzanne. What about him? Yeah. The judge said he wants to make it low enough so that he can post bond. Bond is set at $500,000 cash. He's got that in his back pocket. Somewhere in the middle. How is $500,000 somewhere in the middle between 10 million and 50,000? How is that the middle? The middle would be like 5 million. This is nowhere near the middle. Somewhere in the middle, 500,000 between 10 million that the prosecution wanted and 50,000 that the defense wanted. The middle of that would have been 5 million. Not 500,000. Oh my God, you guys, I'm livid. So the judge, I want you to be listening to me. He's talking to Barry. No written contact, no electronic contact, email, text, nothing. You can't ask someone to contact them. You could be charged with a class 1 misdemeanor. Oh, Jeff Libler's family as well is included in the no contact orders. Oh my gosh. Now, if he he's going to get a misdemeanor. What's he going to do for that? What are you going to give him for that, judge? A kiss on the cheek because you just gave him sex in the bed with giving him a $500,000 bail. How is that the middle of 10 million and 50,000? What is the middle point at 10 million and 50,000? It would be 5 million is halfway between what the defense wanted and what the prosecution wanted. Meet somewhere halfway in the middle? Are you kidding me? I don't know how this judge counts, but that doesn't add up in my math classes. Like, I'm livid. Like, I should get off. No, we got to still wait. He's going to keep the affidavit sealed. You watch. Barry Morphew also has to surrender his passport. He can't reside outside of Chaffee County. It is this court that has to monitor him. Mallory Morphew just left the courtroom with a private investigator. Oh yeah, she's going to go get the money. He's going to be out of there tonight, you guys. Mallory just left with the private investigator. She gone to get the 500 grand. The judge says, I want you here in Chaffey County. That way I know you're close by. Pfft. How about you keep him in the jail so we all know that he's close by? Is this judge going to be monitoring him? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just livid right now. And my neighbors across the street have started pumping their music, this rap stuff. There's little kids playing outside and all that's coming out of this stair. And I mean, literally, it sounds like it's playing in the next room to me. It's so loud. And I've got my windows closed. And all you hear is curse words. F this, F that, talking about sex and everything. And there's little kids out there playing. It's like, we got to get rid of these people. Sorry, you guys. I get distracted very easily. Okay, Barry Morphew will also have to wear an ankle monitor that will tell him when and if he leaves Chaffey County. Bond cannot be set until Monday at noon. So he's still in there for the weekend. Whippy-doo. But I'm telling, Mallory's gone to get that $500,000. She just left the courtroom with the private investigator. They're going to get that $500,000. Bet your booties on that. He must appear in person to every hearing. And he has to wait until Monday at noon for his bond to be posted because there's no probation there at this time. Yeah, I didn't hear them say anything about it, Jilly Bean. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, if judges are elected, he's gone next election. That's for damn sure. Okay, so up next, they're gonna discuss if the arrest affidavit is gonna be unsealed. Yeah. I thought it'd be done by now. Sorry, you guys. I just got my mom. Just give me a second. Just give me a minute, you guys. My mom is just sitting here for a minute. Just a minute. I'm so sorry, you guys, about that. I'm so sorry. But my mama comes first, so. Now to the affidavit. Drew Nielsen says that the arrest affidavit reads like a tabloid. They wrote this affidavit to try this case in the media and try to taint a jury pool. They don't want the affidavit released. It will discriminate a chance for Barry Morphew to get a fair trial. That's what his attorneys are saying at this point. And that was just put out now, you guys, so I didn't miss anything. But let me go and check what others are saying here. So this is what another source is saying. Defense attorneys argued. Okay. Drew says releasing the affidavit will taint the jury as well as some witnesses in the case. Drew says they still have a lot to do, and if the affidavit is released, it could hurt their ability to do their job. Like these, defense attorneys argue that it should not be released. They say the public has significant information in this case, and Drew says she has never seen anything like this specific affidavit in 25 years. She says it reads like a tabloid. So they are fighting to keep this sealed, which is not right. You're letting him out on bail. Give us our affidavit. Which you guys were all, I'm in Canada, so. But speaking for you guys have a right to this. She says it will decimate a chance for Barry Morphew for a fair trial. Where is Suzanne's fair trial? Where's Suzanne's fair shot at life? Fair? He's getting out on bail. You want to talk about fair? Oh my God. Okay, guys, let's see over here. To me, you guys, it's just about like, I've got 3 screens going again, so I can't really bring up her picture, or I would, to show you. I am seeing Suzanne Morphew's face sitting in front of me. Like, I'm almost scared to do another read on her. Like, on how she feels about this. I just keep seeing, okay, let me just see this. I'm trying to bebop between all these, you guys. I just keep seeing her face. Even Barry being released, I think karma is going to hit him, and it's going to hit him big time. And I think he may have some problems with people on the outside, some vigilantes. And I'm not talking about people like AK and stuff like that. There's crazier people out there than Barry Morphew. And that's all it needs, is one of them to be asked to do something to off him. You know what I mean? There's crazier people out there than him, but he's right up there with the psychos. So the defense, oh, we won't be able to do our job if you release it. Well, your job should have been, you were plenty prepared for all this. So screw yous. I'm so mad right now. Sorry, you guys. And we're waiting on a decision. regarding this affidavit. If he does both, if he releases Barry on bail, which he's already done, and keeps this affidavit sealed, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And I can see, okay, it's not even up yet. So anybody else, please don't mention where. But if you are following along somewhere else with this, it has not been decided yet. I can see the judge saying, we're going to keep it sealed because now that I've released him on bail, I've got to protect him. And releasing this affidavit may put him in harm. Well, what about Suzanne? I bet you that's what the judge is going to say. That's going to be his next excuse. Unreal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, darling. I will relax. I will listen to you. I will relax. AK, thank you for reminding me of that. Because yes, the feds could come and arrest him as soon as he steps out of the door for trying to bribe an official, right? So they can turn around because he's arrested right now on, or aren't those charges all together? I don't know. But I would be happier than a pig in poop if as soon as he walks out on his on bail, that the feds come in and arrest him on the other charges for submitting Suzanne's voting card and for trying to bribe an official. Forgot about that. Thanks, bud. Okay, let's see. It's going to be released. The arrest affidavit for Barry Morphew will be released. Judge says the affidavit is prosecution's version of what happened with no challenge from the defense, and the public is aware of most of the details in this case. So the affidavit is going to be released. Oh, if he would have gave, the court has redacted information from the arrest affidavit. I'm not going to redact the affidavit further, Judge Murphy said. The meat of this case has been disclosed. The arrest affidavit will be released online under cases of interest. So I will have that, you guys, and guess what? We will be going live and we will be going over that affidavit as soon as it's released. The judge says it is highly detailed efforts of law enforcement, but there is information that would not be admissible in trial. The defense has had the opportunity to interview the witnesses before their names were released. He finds no valid reason to suppress the affidavit further. So the affidavit is going to be released. Above and beyond answers to reading. See, I told you so. Now breathe. Narcissists always misbehave, and he'll be back. Oh, I hope so. I hope, actually, my dear darling, I hope AK just brought something to my attention too, that he's still facing federal charges. So it would be karma for him to be let out on his bond, walk out of that jail just to be arrested by the feds. So thank you, darling, for keeping me in line. That Pop Rocks is just, he's awesome. He's awesome. The defense has made another affidavit with their own redactions. The judge says we will make note of this, but this will not be released. The affidavit for Barry Morphew will be posted by noon on Monday. So he's saying he's not redacting it any further than what it's already been redacted. The defense made up their own affidavit that they wanted released, not the one that the courts already have. They made up their own. Like, who do these defense attorneys think they are? Oh, now we'll type up our own affidavit, what we want put out there and what we don't. Like, are you kidding me? The defense has made another affidavit with their own redactions. Too bad for you. Ugh. The defense wants to set a day for trial now for Barry Morphew. The state is being asked the length of the trial. The deputy DA, Lindsay, says at least 4 weeks. Defense is looking at May of 2022. Again, the defense is trying to put it at their benefit. They want it for May of 2022. Drew is saying, well, releasing of the affidavit will taint the jury as well as some of the witnesses. Drew says they still have a lot to do with redactions. If the affidavit is to be released, the judge is saying it's being released as it's been redacted now. He's not adding any more redactions to it. And the defense is saying they want the trial in May of 2022. And guess what? They get their wish. Again, the trial date is set for May 3rd to June 1st, 2022. Morphew is entering a not guilty plea. So he's entered a not guilty plea, and the trial is set, go figure, May 3rd. May. Why did the defense decide that they want May? Just what, another stab in the heart for the Mormon family? May? The month that she was murdered in? Mormons need, okay, so Pop Rock says Mormons need to file a civil claim and freeze all his assets. He won't be able to pay attorneys. I do believe that a lot of the assets have already been frozen. Like the anniversary of Suzanne's death. Yeah, it's like you guys are setting it like, and this is a date that the defense specifically asked for. The defense asked for that date. They wanted it in May. I can't believe that. What a slap in the face for the Mormon family. Yeah, right, Brenda? It's like, it's Julie Roberts. It's still first degree murder. And it's still first degree murder. The judge first said that he found enough probable cause to have him still charged with the first degree murder. And then he said that the state didn't provide probable cause, proof evident presumption great of first degree murder. So which is it? And that's coming right from one of the news people in the courtroom. Yeah, Angel Girl, I agree. Like, they chose. The defense wants to set a date for trial for right now for Barry Morphew. The state is being asked the length of the trial. The DA Lindsay said it's going to take at least 4 weeks. And the defense said, okay, we want May of 2022. Are you kidding me? Okay. Suzanne dies in May. Barry's arrested in May. And now they want the trial in May. Like, on the anniversary of her death, they want to hold this trial. Oh, I agree, Cheryl. I agree. Okay, so remember I told you guys that the defense also filed a motion yesterday that they wanted heard today? The judge is not going to rule on the motion. He said if there is a violation, it's a self-inflicted wound. So whatever that was, that motion that they wanted a ruling on, the judge is saying Barry did that to himself, so he's not going to rule on it. As far as I know, there's no gag order. Des, I don't think it's to, who could forget what they know of this murder? I think it's a slap in the face. That's another way of Barry hurting the Mormon family yet once again. They specifically asked for May. Specifically. Yeah, let's hope so. And let's hope, like with what AK brought up too, that as soon as he walks out them doors on bond, that the feds arrest him. Iris Eaton is telling the judge that the prosecutors with the district attorney's office have been participating in interviews, podcasts, and fueling the media frenzy. She's asking for a gag order for them. See? Remember I told you guys that somebody was going on a certain channel, and we're not going to mention the channel, and that channel vigorously defended themselves. What we do and having the prosecutor on is not going to hurt the case in any way. Well, Iris Eaton is telling the judge now that the prosecutors with the district attorney's office have been participating in interviews, podcasts, and fueling media frenzy. So I had a pretty strong opinion on the lady from the prosecution office speaking to YouTubers about this case, that it was going to cause problems. Oh, no, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. Well, yes, it is, because here it is right here. So Eaton is telling the judge that the prosecutor met and is participating in interviews, podcasts, and fueling the media frenzy. I knew that. I knew that was going to come as soon as this YouTuber did this. So there's going to be a motions hearing for Barry Morphew on November 9th. 1:30 p.m. Colorado time. So 3:30 my time, Eastern. And it's going to run from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Colorado time. So that's 3:30 to 5:30 my time. And one is a discovery violation. And motion. So it's a discovery violation and motion. And a motion of violation of the court order to limit pretrial publicity. And I believe that is, and I think we all know who the YouTuber was that did this. Hobbycat, I agree. There's a certain YouTuber that decided to bring the prosecution on, and there's a few of us. I usually don't get involved in that drama, you guys. You guys know this. But I felt very strongly about this, and I made a comment that is mind-blowing, that they are going to do this and that it's going to cause problems. Oh, no, it won't. And this certain YouTuber, oh, no, it won't. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. They can't cause no problems. Well, here it is. I'll read it again. Iris Eaton is telling the judge that the prosecutors with the DA office have been participating in interviews, that's the YouTube, podcasts, and fueling the media frenzy. She's asking now for a gag order. There will be a motions hearing for Barry Morphew on November 9th at 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. One is a discovery violation, and the other is a motion of violation of the court order to limit pretrial publicity. Guess who violated that court order to limit pretrial publicity? The prosecutor from that DA's office that went on that podcast with a certain YouTuber. And I think we all know who that YouTuber is. And I did speak up about it. There's times that, like I said, you guys, 99.9% of the time, I shut my mouth and I let the drama go because I don't want to be part of that drama. But this one, I could not shut my mouth. Like, why are you going and discussing? You just had the pretrial. Why are you going on YouTube and discussing this with a YouTuber? I don't care if he's a retired cop or not. The court had a pretrial publicity ban. That's why we couldn't see all this stuff that was being posted in his court docket, in his court transcription, everything, continuing record. We couldn't see it. Yeah, it's a male. So, but this person decided to go ahead and do it anyway, and actually condemned us for thinking that he was dumb enough to do something like that, being, this FBI agent or whatever the heck it was he is. I wouldn't do that. Do you think this district attorney would put herself in that position to do any of this? Well, here it is. Here's the result of it. It did cause problems, just like I said it was going to when I wrote my comment. So now they are going to have a motions hearing of violation of the court order to limit pretrial publicity, and that motion is going against the prosecutor's office. No. Yes, we are not mentioning who the channel is, what the creator's name is, or anything. But this is what happens when people think that Willow, the gag order was asked by the defense to keep Linda from going on PE again. Yes, AK. Yes, it is. Yep. Because she already went on and discussed the case. Indirectly, of course. You're one of the lead prosecutors on a high profile case. Why are you going on anybody's podcast? Yeah, I hope it doesn't cause a mistrial either. Okay, Hearts Tones disagrees with what I'm saying, and I respect your opinion, but if Linda Stanley didn't do anything wrong, then there wouldn't be a motion for a violation of the court order limiting pretrial publicity. Her going on and even speaking on a podcast after, just as soon as Barry's trial, pretrial finished, was a huge mistake. But we can agree to disagree on that, and I respect your opinion. And I knew the defense was going to be all over that. I knew the defense was going to be all over that. Boomer Sooner, sorry, but I'm not going to I'm not going to put the channel name out there. Because the YouTuber should have known better, Max. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, I'm not going to put the YouTube's channel out there. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's see if there's anything else being said here. So I'm not seeing anything else, you guys, coming out. It's just, as we've seen, this defense is so ridiculously nitpicky and literally grasping at every straw possible. I agree with that, sis. I do. But knowing that the defense attorneys are going to nitpick at everything, why would one of the prosecuting attorneys give them something to nitpick at, right? You think that they have enough? They say that they have all this work to do. Then why are you taking time to go on a podcast where it could, I have a very strong opinion on it, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I have a strong opinion on it. I don't think it was morally right. So I am not seeing anything else coming out, you guys, except for there's going to be another motions hearing for two separate things. One's for a discovery violation, and the other one is for a motion of violation of a court order to limit pretrial publicity. Those are the two motions that are going to be heard on November 9th from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. So they're setting aside 2 hours for this. So this is going to be interesting, you guys. If they're setting 2 hours aside for this, they're making it a big deal. Like, if there's a limit on pretrial publicity, the last thing the DA should be doing is going on anybody's podcast. That's just my opinion. And whoever doesn't agree is fine. I respect your opinion. It's just my personal opinion. Having worked in the legal field all these years, it's not something that I would have done. Yes, I agree, AK. I agree 100%. I agree. There's a lot of things, and AK is privy to a lot of that stuff too. There's a lot of shenanigans going on behind the scenes, and AK is one of the ones that has worked with me, and I've worked with him, and we have discussed a lot of things since day one. So I know that there are things that he knows that is never going to be put out there unless he puts it out himself. Things that are just not going to be spoken about. But yes, the truth is the truth. And the truth is all going to come out one way or another. And when from day one to be on this and have, like, we had a good team going on there for a while. And there's still a good team in place. AK has his own little team thing going on. I kind of have backed off from that because I don't want to be drawn into a lot of the drama that we're seeing on other YouTube channels right now. But AK still got a pretty good team going there. And they know what they know. I'm going to leave it at that. They know what they know. They have reasons to believe wholeheartedly what they believe. So we're going to leave it at that. Abigail says, I agree the truth is the truth, but at a critical juncture of this trial, the DA absolutely must stay above reproach. I agree 100%. And me too. 30 years working in the legal field. Mind you, I'm in Canada. Things in our court systems are run a lot different. But it's still, it's basic stuff. In my 30 years in this field, no one in my family would have even considered it. So, yes, I hate YouTube drama too. That's why I stay out of it. There's things that have happened lately where people are trying to draw me into drama, and I do my meditation. That's why I meditated before this today. People are trying to draw me in. You took my stuff. You used my stuff. You used my stuff. I don't use anybody's stuff. I've got more than enough of my own stuff. Number one. Number two, I don't have time to go on and watch other people's YouTube channels, especially people that I have no clue even existed. I am sent stuff via email. There are about 3 or 4 people that I trust 100% with the information that they give me. So when they give me information, I know it's verifiable. And if I think that there's anything in there that I need to second guess or second check, I do. But there's 3 for absolute sure that I take what they say as gold. So if they've given me stuff that they've seen somewhere else, don't accuse me of stealing somebody's content, because I don't do that. And everybody knows there's channels that I mention. Go give AK a sub. Gonzo, Doug. Yeah, exactly. Well, there. AK's giving you a little bit right there. Southern Soul Tarot, go give her a like. There's a lot of channels that I do support. And if I support them, it's because I have respect for them. And I don't have problems mentioning them. But I don't have time to go on other people's YouTube channels, and even people that, even AKs. Sometimes it's days before I get to even see some of his stuff, and I feel bad because he's always here supporting me. I have just overloaded. I don't just do this, you guys. I also do reads here at my home for people from my area. I do reads, private reads online for people. I do reads publicly for all of you guys. I have my own life too. So to accuse me of using somebody else's content, it's the first time I've ever been accused in over a year. I'm not even going to answer to what they put out there, because I just think it's ridiculous. So that being said, I have mentioned a few channels. Go on and give them. There's Gonzo, there's AK, there's, oh my God, I don't want to miss anybody. No Thanks Investigates, Crime Stories Obsessed, Southern Soul Tarot. I read Oracle, and I also read my personal made-for-me ancestor deck. Megan over at Southern Soul Tarot, she does tarot. There are big differences there, you guys, between the reads. And she's excellent. She's very easy to understand. She is excellent. I tell you, go and sub to her too. We just got her at 5,000. I want to see her now get up to 10,000. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not forgetting any channels here. And these are people that also, Des too, go and subscribe to my sister. Where did she go? Right there. Go to her YouTube channel. It's her name right there. Daring D, Dauntless Detours. Go and give her a subscribe too. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. And if I am, I'm very sorry. I am so tired. Like I said, I don't know if you guys can hear this music across the street, but it's been going for 4 days nonstop, day and night. I'm lucky if I get 2 hours sleep a night. That's why I keep telling Pop Rocks I'm going to come out there and sleep in his barn with the horses. Uh-oh, my sister's giving somebody crap. Robin Johnson says, why was I in timeout? I didn't mention any channel. What did I say wrong? I don't know, Robin. I can't see it from here on StreamYards. Yeah, I seen that too, dot to dot. I'm just not. Okay, here's your advice, everybody, for the day. Avoid the knitting channels. They're ruthless. Oh, I love that guy. Thank you, AK. You all trust the process. Have faith in those that have been quiet. This isn't over. Content coming soon. You know, I trust you 1,000,000%, AK. 1,000,000%. And I trust with whatever you come out with. We go back long, long time. Yeah, if anybody has any problems with how this is being run, just, I'm sorry, but there's reasons why. I'm not going to get into a pissing match with anybody. I don't have the time, energy. Oh, you can hear it? Hearts. Heart says you should see what I'm hearing then. I've got a towel over my mic to try and drown it out. So you guys didn't have to hear it. That is coming from 2 houses down on the other side of the street from me. So I apologize for that. AK is my buddy, my best buddy, like a brother to me. And he is boots on the ground out in Colorado since day one, looking for Suzanne. And he will never give up until she's found. Believe that. Oh my God. You guys can see now why I got a headache. And they do this until 2 o'clock in the morning. My head is just pounding. Like I said, that's why I keep telling Pop Rocks I'm going to come out there and I'm going to sleep in the barn with the horses. So yes, we are done. That's the end. Let me just check one more time to make sure nothing else. Nope. It's done. There's another hearing set for November 9th from 1:30 to 3:30. And that's for the violation, the discovery violation, and the violation of the court order to limit pretrial publicity. So that is all done. You guys, it's fini, nothing more. I'm just sitting here reading some of the chat. Noise canceling headphones. No, not when I'm doing something like this, because then I can't hear myself talk. So I don't know if I'm yelling at you guys. I don't know if I'm loud enough so you guys can hear me. But yeah, those would be nice if I could have noise canceling headphones. I might have to. I shouldn't have to invest in something like that. Like, these are welfare bums across the street. And I don't mean that in any way, shape, or form that everybody on welfare is bums, but these people are bums. They are welfare bums. They use the system. There's about 5 or 6 of them, all about, I'd say, between the ages of 17 and maybe 20. And all they do, they get up at around noon. They sit out there smoking drugs, which is legal in Canada. You can smoke weed, smoking their weed, drinking their beer, and pumping their music. Then I think it's his brother from the one right across from me, lives 2 doors down from him, that also has a bunch of teenagers living with him. They're all these people. There's about 10 of them in total. 2 houses side by side. They are renters. And it's an apartment on each floor, one on the bottom of each building. And they sit in there and they pump their music. And then they get fighting, literally fist fighting in the middle of the street. We have constantly police and ambulances and everything showing up anywhere, even during the day. They scrap it out. One just came out with a baseball bat earlier and threatened somebody else across the street who yelled at them to turn down their music. And this is a woman who has young kids, and the music that they're playing is rap, and it's constant curse and swearing, and oh my gosh. And so her little kids can't even be out front. Yes, we do have a noise bylaw, but you can call the police and it'll take them 6 hours to show up. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. Very welcome, Hobby Cat. And like I said, they had me awake again until 2:30 in the morning. And a cop car actually just drove by and didn't even stop. Just drove by. Like, I can't imagine the other people in the apartment above them and beside them. Yeah, retaliation is bad, especially they sell drugs and everything out of there. So, like I said, the lady next door to my mom, like, there's me, then there's my mom's house, and then this lady that lives on the other side of my mom, she said, please, can you turn that down? My kids are out here. And they started threatening her and everything. And the guy's like swinging around a baseball bat. So it's like, yeah. And then she had the last time she complained about them because they woke up her kids, she ended up with a home invasion. Am I afraid of them? I'm afraid what they would do to my vehicle or my house, because I've got a golf club that's sitting. A second cop car just drove by. I've got a golf club with their names on it. I got a 9-iron sitting right at my door. So yeah, I'm not afraid of them, but I'm afraid for my mom. I'm afraid for the lady next door with her little kids who had a home invasion while they were in bed sleeping, and it was them. One of their buddies that lives 2 doors down. So anyway, I am going to get going, you guys. I've got to get something to eat. It is 7 p.m. my time now. Trish, I take offense to that. I hope you're not thinking that I'm jealous that they don't want to come on my channel. I wouldn't ask anybody to come on my channel from the prosecution. Matter of fact, I don't ask anybody to come on my channel at all. I'm a one-person show. So if that's directed towards me, I totally take offense to that. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Emily. We have a 24-hour noise bylaw. Like I said, there's no sense calling the police. They don't do anything. Sis, never apologize. Like, if there's people that are attacking my mods or attacking me, block them. Don't even give them a warning. Just block them. Yeah, me too. I'm so quiet. Like, how loud is it doing card readings during the day? And even when I was still doing my process serving skip tracing, I sat at my computer writing up paperwork that I had to go and serve. So, I mean, I'm pretty quiet too. I don't infringe on anybody else's. The cops don't evict anybody, and this is a known drug house, so I don't know why they haven't done anything. But seriously, you guys, I do got to get off here. I've got to make something to eat at 7 p.m. my time. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm starting to get cranky. Did we get everything we wanted to get today? No. But at least he's going to trial. The jury can decide. I'm not happy that he's getting out on bond. I'm happy that the arrest affidavit is being released, but I would have given up the arrest affidavit being released if he would have been kept without bond. So, I mean, we got it. It is what it is. Sorry, I got a little upset there and whatever when this was all coming out, but I see Suzanne's face, you guys. And to me, this isn't justice for her. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to make something to eat, take some Tylenol, try and find something to block this noise out. And I will catch you guys all again. As soon as that arrest affidavit is up, I will go live and go over it with you all. Thank you, every one of you, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, even those who have a different opinion. Like, I respect you for your opinion. Please expect me for mine. And let's all just get along, okay? Love you guys all to the moon and back. Until next time, please take care of yourself. Please stay safe. Bye-bye for now.